Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Post Credit Podcast. Woohoo!
Hi.
Hi. This is Patty, my lovely co host, and I'm John Paul. So, today we're going to talk about Fantastic Four. We're going to give our overall ranking. We're going to talk about some of the characters, how we think the movie is as a whole, and what it means for Marvel going forward. Patty, what would you rate this out of 10?
Oh man. I don't know.
I liked it. It was a lot of
What
fun.
would you rate it?
I rated it 8.5.
Really? 8.5?
Mhm.
I was gonna say 8.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Compared to Superman is like because the same summer, they call it summer of super fantastic. Compared to Superman, it's just not as hopeful, not as you know, it's not as fun. There's a lot here, a lot of good stuff, but it is a little bit more complicated feelings. Um, but I would still rate it very highly. I mean, 8.5 is very high for me. So, Patty, how do you feel about your flat 8 rating for the movie?
Um I just think that there's just so many things that this movie did like eh.
Yeah,
So it's like I don't know. Like part of me was even thinking about putting it lower, but I don't know.
I just have to think about how great the family dynamics were, and that's like the best part of the movie for me, and how they had conversations together as a family, and that was
Yeah.
yeah. So my first point on the agenda today is, did it feel like a family? Because that's the most unique part about the Fantastic Four is that they're all family. I mean, you got Johnny and Sue together. Sue's married to Reed, and Ben is Reed's best friend, and they're all colleagues and friends, and they all live in the same building. Which is I feel like that was really cool. I feel like their family dynamic
Yeah.
was really cool. I don't think I've ever seen a Fantastic Four movie, where it feels like there's so much they're so invested in each other's lives, and there's really not as much bickering as the other movies. I feel like Johnny's not like it's Johnny and Ben is a little bit of fun here, but they really love each other as a family. How'd you feel about the family part of this movie?
I think that yeah, that is true. They did it well, and I like that they're all living in the same building. I like how they showed them like fighting together in the beginning. I kind of just wish there was kind of like more of that throughout the movie
Yeah,
because you just see like little short clips of them doing that, like as like a montage, but not like an actual like it's not really a part of the movie. It's so quick.
I have it on good authority that that part of the movie was meant to be longer.
What does that mean?
I just heard people say that.
Oh.
Yeah, they filmed more for those like
Yeah, I did
scenes.
see somebody like comment on a video being like you could tell that there were parts of the movie taken out, which I was like, "Oh, okay. I didn't like know anything about that." And I guess I can see it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
same. It's one of those things where if you tell me afterwards, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. But once the movie gets going, I feel like it's good pacing, all the way. And spoilers, of course.
Yeah, honestly, just spoilers just so that we can talk about it freely.
Yeah, it has. And for Marvel time, it's an
I mean,
old
we already
movie.
gave our rating, so
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, once they get to decide to go into space to fight Galactus and everything and address the problem, it just kind of stays pretty 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 good flow, I would say, throughout the rest of the movie. I don't think I noticed stuff being taken out.
yeah, it's like what was taken out was like so many things taken out that it's basically just a different story. Because that's
Sure.
kind of what I could see. Like maybe there were other parts of the movie that was supposed to be there that talked about like other characters and wasn't so focused on Sue that it was like more fleshed out in other areas. Like and that it wasn't gonna just be focused on her and then Reed and then their baby, because that's basically this movie.
Well, yeah, definitely.
So the parts that were taken out, were they possibly parts that gave us more of a like full movie where it wasn't so focused on them? Because I think that's kind of the issue, is that yeah, there was some good moments of the Thing and of Johnny Storm and all of that, but this movie doesn't feel, and like they did do a good job of having them be like actually in the same place.
Yeah.
It felt very like comic booky and all this other stuff, but at the same time it does feel like Sue's movie and
Yeah.
like basically kind of Reed's movie.
Yeah. That was my next point, is that it definitely feels like Sue's movie.
Yeah.
Um
Which
which
I
is
love her.
fine,
Like
right?
I love her character. I've always been a fan of Invisible Woman. I've always loved her.
Ever since I read Civil War, yeah, same.
So like I I mean they were basically one of the first superheroes I've seen like when I was a kid.
Yeah. Same.
So I mean, yeah, like I've always liked the Fantastic Four movie of the 2000s, or the
Yeah,
early
I like that one a
2000s.
lot.
And so this is very obviously different, but also there was some like similarities. But even though they did do better things in this movie than other previous Fantastic Four movies, of making it feel more like a family, they live in the same building and all of that, it still wasn't like we actually got to see every character fully,
Hmm.
like in comparison to previous movies.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
sure, did we get to see Johnny Storm do some things? And did we get to see the Thing do some things? And did we get to see Reed do some things? Yes. But it was Sue's movie and her baby's movie.
Yeah.
So,
But just jumping right into it. It's crazy.
yeah. And I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah. Well, I think Sue was very good in this movie. Definitely Mama Bear. Um, definitely a very realistic and a very practical, and but also like down to earth, and then in tune with her emotions, especially compared to Reed Richards. There's very good like balance between the two. I love their interactions together. I love the moral dilemma they were put in with Galactus and Franklin
Yeah.
and everything. That was really good. I loved um, how Reed kind of matured throughout the course of the movie, saying, test this, test that. I need to test what's wrong with my child. Why is he saying all these things about my child? And then he said, I'm going to stop running tests on my baby. And I was like, well, okay, that's good, Reed. You learned your lesson. That's good.
Yeah.
Just trust, you know. And then it was cute at the end. Um, I want to talk about Johnny as well. We talked about Reed and Sue. Johnny is he's just so different from what I think of as Human Torch. Like he is fun and he is, a good brother. I feel like, and he's playful with Ben and everything. But how come Iron Man gets to be the character of like womanizer and all this stuff, but Human Torch doesn't? I mean, I feel like Human Torch is more than Iron Man to me, or same level.
Yeah, I
That's
think
just
he
part of their
is
character.
more.
Yeah.
I mean, well, in a different way, I guess, because he's not like rich, like he doesn't have like so much money. Like it's just that he's supposed to be attractive and
Yeah.
he has these superpowers.
Yeah. He's great in
But
the original the movie of 2000. I love that.
yeah,
And Chris Evans, of course.
yeah. I definitely didn't think that he was very attractive. But that's my own opinion, I guess.
The new one.
Yeah.
I agree.
And
I agree.
yeah, because Chris Evans is obviously way more attractive. But um
Not the hard eyes on Patty again.
but I think I think they tried to bring that in, like saying that he was like attracted to the Silver Surfer, which I guess maybe was a point into why they chose to make her a woman in this movie rather than a man, so that they could have that joke in there. But I mean, it's such a small part of it, I feel like.
I feel like it was definitely just thrown in there at the last second. Like
Yeah.
some editor saw the movie and they were like,
They were like,
Johnny isn't a womanizer one time.
yeah.
Just okay, throw a line in there.
It didn't really feel like that. And I guess, like, you thought, and maybe other people think, that he, like, chose to learn her whole language and all this stuff just so that because he was attracted to her. But I didn't really get that feeling from this movie. It kind of just felt like he was, like, trying to, I don't know, do something to help them, and this is what he thought he could do. Like, he wasn't able to do all these other things that the rest of them were doing
Yeah.
to help out. So this was his way of helping out. That's kind of how it felt.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about, like, overall, just the tone of this movie is so, like, serious.
Yeah.
And I feel like Fantastic Four is supposed to be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really get that from this movie. And even though there were jokes and this and that, the overall tone of the movie, I mean, just the beginning, it felt like very, like, quiet
Yeah.
and very, like, serious.
Kind of like
Like,
the
I kind of
doom
wanted
of
to see it
Galactus.
again and, like, Dolby and see if, like,
I know.
maybe that's why. But, like, seeing it in regular, like,
Digital.
whatever you call it, yeah, digital.
Yeah.
It felt very quiet and
Yeah.
very, like, I don't know, and just the music in it and, like, everything. It just felt very, like, serious and, like, scary almost. Like, scary of, like, what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
not, like, horror scary, but just, like, or I guess, like, suspense is what you would call it. But I didn't really like, I feel like there should have been more jokes, and it should have been a little bit lighter, and, like, even just how they filmed it, there was a lot of, like, space, like, a
Yeah.
lot of, like, talking, which I like talking. Like, it doesn't mean that there has to be all this action to make it so much better. And there was a lot of action too, but I mean, when I'm thinking about the movie, I think about how there was a lot of talking, and the talking wasn't very quick either. It was very, like, I don't know. Each thing was filmed for a little while, and it wasn't, like, super quick, or it was just a very different tone for a Marvel movie, and especially for a Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
A very completely different kind of Fantastic Four movie, because Reed and Sue are, like, already married. When they went up into the spaceship, they were already married.
Yeah.
Which is, like, completely different from other movies.
Yeah.
And I think from comic books.
Yeah.
And because the whole point is that she's supposed to be in love with somebody else, or, like,
I don't remember
at least
that.
in Fantastic Four, she's, in love with someone else.
Was she in love with Victor?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So, and then that's kind of, like, a part of why he, like, hates him, kind of.
Oh my gosh. See, that's such a good point. So yeah, I think the decision to do Galactus first, and such a dooming character. That's a poor choice of words, but such a gloomy character, such a nihilistic, horrible, kind of dark presence in the movie. Especially with the tragedy of Shia LaBeouf, Silver Surfer. That's like a lot to bring into the movie. Like, you're bringing a whole universe in, and you're bringing all these, like, fun kind of side characters in, like Mole Man, Red Ghost, all that stuff. But then that's balanced out with Galactus. I almost want Doctor Doom to be the first, like, serious antagonist they faced.
Didn't do that because of everything else they're going to be doing.
I'm actually pretty confused why they did that, because in the original Secret Wars, Galactus is part of that. So why wouldn't you just wait and have Galactus come later?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you don't want him to be overshadowed by Secret Wars.
I mean, I feel like this movie could have been totally different. This movie could have been just them fighting random people, like that could have been the whole movie. And it could have actually had the, origin story a part of it. And like maybe you don't need a main villain. Why didn't you try like the more comic booky vibe where it's like we defeat this villain and then we're gonna go defeat this one and
Yeah.
then we're gonna go to defeat this one because that's very Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So like that would have been kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
But I think it's because the actress, I think she became pregnant in real life.
Oh, so they didn't want to do too much
I mean,
action.
I've seen her with her pregnant belly in interviews,
Oh,
but like
wow.
I think before Fantastic Four interviews, like maybe her interviewing other movies. I don't know. Unless she's like pregnant now, but I've also seen her not be pregnant now.
Huh.
I don't know. Like I don't know if that was a part of it or not because I have no idea. I didn't look that up, but I just feel like maybe it was because I feel like I've seen her in interviews where she's not pregnant, and then there's interviews where she is pregnant,
Yeah.
and I don't think that happened just now.
Right.
So, yeah.
I still think that it should have been Doom first. That way you get him like, oh, it's Doom back again because that's how he always should be.
Yeah, but I think it makes sense because of the whole child aspect is that
Yeah.
you have Galactus wanting the child. So that's kind of like the whole main point. And Doom probably wouldn't be doing all that.
No,
Yeah.
but why have a child in the first place? I like Doctor Doom a lot better than Galactus. I mean, I think Galactus has a place, and you can't leave Galactus out of the
I
Fantastic
think
Four
it was
story.
cool. And I mean, it goes with Silver
But
Surfer.
but which is better, the original movie or this one? I think I'd say the original because it has Doctor Doom.
It's just a completely different movie.
Yeah, it is quite different.
I think the choice of having Galactus in this movie is fine. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. I mean, we're gonna have so much Doctor Doom later, so what's the point of
You're
not
right.
having him in this movie? And
Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, which is just confusing in itself. But um before going on to the next topic, I wanted to overall maybe say the things that we like about the movie.
Yeah.
So again, we talked about how we like how they're in the same house. We like that it feels like a family. We like how, you know, it seems more connected, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess. But another thing I like in this movie is how the Thing is not so like depressed and so like I mean like you
Yeah.
get a little bit of that feeling, but he's not so like I hate this. Like he's not so angry in this movie, and I kind of like that better than what he traditionally is. I guess
Right.
he's
Exactly.
always so angry, so mad that this happened to him because he used to be so attractive and now he's not, and all that stuff. And although that is a part of his character that maybe we'll see, I kind of liked how he wasn't so mad, and it kind of felt like Reed was more of the one that's like trying to figure out how he could like reverse this stuff already,
Because of guilt. Yeah.
and he's like guilty, but and he blames himself, but instead of the Thing being like, yeah, you did this to me and like all that kind of part of the story, it's just, which is probably but the benefit of not starting from the origin,
Yeah.
but how he's like he's just living with it,
Yeah.
and it's I like that.
I did too. It implied that I've heard people say that maybe it implies that they had those conversations and they had those emotional breakdowns and heart to heart moments, and Reed really understands how he may have been responsible, and that's what Ben wanted. That's what Ben wanted.
Yeah, and it seems like he's already like forgiven him and he's
Yeah,
like past
exactly,
that
exactly. So it's a
because
mature take.
yeah, I just like that he's not so angry and he's way
Yeah,
more chill, and I feel like he's more like helpful
yeah,
too,
he is.
and like seems like he's almost more smart in this movie. I don't really remember
Yeah,
him being like a smart one.
yeah,
It's just about strength and all that, but I like how the Thing was in this movie. I kind of just wish we saw more.
yeah. There also wasn't a lot of clobbering.
I like how they were like, well, that's just like internet thing,
That
or
was so
not
funny
internet, but like a
from the
TV show
show.
thing,
Yeah.
like the same thing as how people were like, oh, well, this is from the comic books, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's from the comic books. You know, like we don't have to do everything from the comic books.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes it's
kind of
not
how
gonna
it
work.
felt like they were almost doing.
Yeah.
Um, and then so I like that part. I like how Sue is like really strong,
She's probably the
and
strongest one.
I also like how she is never really like the damsel in distress again. Like
Yeah.
I think I saw a clip from the Fantastic Four 2005 or whatever, and you see her and you see Sue like freaking out and calling out for Reed and like being like, help me. And it's like, I like how we don't see that in this one. Which
Yeah.
maybe that was from like her powers were happening and she didn't know what was wrong with her
Yeah. Yeah.
and stuff. But like I just like how she's like strong and secure and like she is the strongest one in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's just nice to see
Yeah.
because yeah, you know,
I agree.
I
Yeah.
don't think anyone really like called out for help. It's just kind of like they just helped,
Yeah.
you know, and I think
Exactly.
that kind of shows people are like strong and like they're trying to kind of figure out what to do next. And then, yeah, they get help, but
Yeah.
they're not like crying out for help, which I think is
Yeah.
just kind of better. I don't know. It just makes people feel like a little bit stronger. And
She's a
I don't know.
superhero.
Yeah.
I like they were saving people. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really putting the hero and superhero. Same with Superman. Love that.
I like how going back to the thing, like we said, how the kids weren't like scared of him. I
Yeah.
think we talked about that. Where in the other movies, it's like everybody's so scared of him, so scared, like what the heck is this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of his name. And this, I mean, again, it could also be because it's not origin,
Yeah.
but the kids are like they like him and then like other people like him and
I
it's just kind of
know.
nice. It just feels like that character is being treated so much better than normal.
Yeah. I love how he like Johnny, Sue, and Reed all have something. They're all lacking something that the thing has, which is like deep roots in a community. Like
Hmm.
you really get to see like what it was like growing up on his street, and he may have been like a little rough in his past. You know, he's like we used to steal them back in the day and stuff. Like I love how it really felt like he was
He's like
a,
actually
a
like
man of the
one of the
people.
people like
Exactly.
yeah, and I think that kind of goes into like it does kind of feel like Sue and Reed were like up in their tower a
I
little.
know, yeah. And then
Like
you had Thing for that kind of emotion.
yeah, and it's they were just like not really going out anywhere.
Yeah.
But of course, you see Sue go down to the people with her baby in that whole scene.
That was an incredible
But
scene.
um
She said, I'm not
before
gonna sacrifice.
I was gonna
Um,
say before going into that,
okay.
what do we like with Johnny Storm? I mean, I like that he is very I don't know, like seems like a better brother maybe in this movie than other ones.
Not a good brother in law, though. Some
Yeah,
weird
but like
lines there.
yeah, but I think that was on purpose.
Yeah.
But like he does yeah, I think he's a kind of like a better brother in this movie.
Yeah.
Um I think I like his scenes with Silver Surfer. I feel like that was good. I think it was cool that he kind of like broke her down
Yeah, that was cool.
and like learned everything about her and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I think that was like a good scene.
That's a cool scene.
Um
Her flashback as well.
yeah, and what he said to her, like I feel like that those were like really good lines. Um
Yeah.
but overall I don't think we saw enough of him and he wasn't exactly like how the character normally is.
Yeah, he wasn't very like as cocky as he usually is.
Yeah.
Not as, womanizing, not as celebrity Johnny.
Mhm.
Like he's the one who profits the most off of the transformation. Then Johnny, as in Ben, is the one who hurts the most from it.
Mhm.
Um, and like it's fun to see that kind of range of reactions to the same event. But you kind of in this movie don't really feel either one of those that's that deeply. I mean, they kind of are all in the similar boat and they're all sticking together. So you're lacking some of that conflict, but also is a little more mature.
Mhm. Um, Going into other characters, so Mr. Fantastic, he wasn't so fantastic. But what I liked about him in this movie, I like that you do see how he's like way too um like scientific or way too weighing the possibilities and not so emotional, just trying to be really doing the best thing that he can in this
Yeah,
situation, and
yeah,
it doesn't have to involve him. And I do like that part because I mean I can kind of relate to that a little bit, where it's like, yeah, when Galactus said just give up your baby and everyone else can live, I was like, you should probably give up your baby.
yeah.
And I'm glad they found another
No,
way. But for
yeah.
me personally, I'd be like, if I couldn't figure out another way, I would have been like, I'm giving up my baby.
Uh,
You
it's
know
it's
what I
such a
mean?
it's such a scary, moral kind of question to be in. Um, I feel like you said you relate to Reed Richards with you're always going to think of the worst possible outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well, he's just thinking about all the different possibilities, and I can relate to that. And then also, it's like, well, how can you put yourself above everyone else in the whole world?
yeah,
That's kind of insane. But at the same time, it's good that that's not what happened, and that, I mean, that would have been bad if their kid did get taken away. I mean, the whole time, the whole movie, I was like, oh, this kid's having so much trauma from all of
oh my
this,
gosh,
so much trauma of the birth, so
yeah,
much trauma after the birth. Like, this kid's already, if this kid doesn't already have superpowers, he's going to now.
yeah.
That's what I was
So
saying.
much tragic
And
backstory already.
obviously, if he was taken away with Galactus, I mean, he would have probably turned into the most terrible person ever,
Yeah,
and also have all the power, and then
yeah,
probably hate his parents for giving
yeah,
him up. And I mean, there's so much probably that could have happened in that way,
yeah.
and they wouldn't even have understood
Hmm.
like that could have happened. But I mean, again, you're putting one child against 8 billion people. It's like, well, that's what's going to be the most logical thing. But it's glad to, I mean, it's a good thing to have that emotional side to you, because I mean, emotions does bring in that logicalness.
Yeah,
No, actually, long term, this is going to be the worst thing possible. Maybe it's going
yeah,
to be good for short term, but down the line, he's going to come and kill this planet anyways because we're the ones who gave him up, you know?
yeah.
And all these people made us
Right,
give him up.
right.
And, again, could be a possibility. But also, they're superheroes, so of course they should figure out the other option, and that there should always be another option.
That's the thing when it comes to
And
these heroes. It's like, do you kill one to save many? And it's like
that's not how you're supposed to be as a
you
superhero.
shouldn't.
You should figure out a way to not do
Yeah,
that.
as a person as well.
But yeah, in general, yeah, of course, in real life,
Life's never going to be just a black and white in a vacuum in a void hypothetical, where it's like there's always going to be some gray area,
yeah,
and
there's
you
always
need
another
to
option that you're not being
exactly.
presented with,
Yeah, always a plan
which
C.
is good that again they figured out this whole other way, and he used his intelligence to
Yeah,
think of a completely different thing, and that's really what he should have been doing that whole time. So I'm
yeah,
glad that we got to see that from him, and that I hope that he learns from this situation, that there should always be another way, and you can think of it, you're smart enough to think of it, you know
if
and
anyone should be, it's him.
yeah, he should be the one thinking of all this. So yeah, I mean, I like that we got to see that from him. Um,
What did you think about when Sue went with her baby to the people and explained? Like, I know you're angry, but what did you think about the whole scene?
um, I don't know. What is there to say? I like it. I think it was good. I think it made people think more like, yeah, I wouldn't give up my kid either kind of situation.
Yeah, I like that she said, "I won't give my kid to save this world, but I also won't give up the world to save my kid."
Yeah.
That was great, honestly.
Yeah. And again, it's just another thing. It's like, well, of course, you should think of another way
Yeah, exactly.
before resulting to that. I think you kind of get the idea that if there was going to be no other way, they would have to give him up.
Yeah, or at least use them as bait, which is their first plan.
Yeah, and I think that was good. I think it makes complete sense to use him as bait. And why wouldn't you? That's exactly what he's coming for.
But it's risky because of what happened in the movie. He just grabbed them.
Yeah, but they could have done things way smarter than they did
I
anyways.
know that's the funny thing.
Um so yeah, Reed, I think that he was just way too serious. Like I wish we got to see a little bit or I guess like yeah, he's always serious, but I feel like he always cracks a few jokes.
I know. Looking at the back of the old one.
And maybe from the comic books not. But I think also like he's intelligent and he thought of this other way and all this stuff. But from what you can see from other Fantastic Four movies, he's intelligent and also how to use his powers. And in this movie, we did not see that.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was very creative with his powers at all. I mean, he stretched
Yeah,
to write something on a board a little bit, and Galactus stretched him, and he was when Galactus stretched him, he was in pain.
yeah.
What?
And in other movies, I'm pretty sure he gets stretched way more than that. And is like, maybe he's in pain, but like,
Yeah,
he's still like in control. Like, again, in those other movies, you get to see him use his powers in such creative ways. And I feel like this movie also just wasn't so grounded. Like it was immediately like in space, like
I know.
immediately like not even on Earth. And then I mean, of course, you go back to Earth, but I mean, you're doing a whole different time frame, like, and
This is the '60s. Yeah.
yeah, like you're already making it very, very like unrelatable, and then it's
Hmm.
like they didn't really make it so relatable. So in other movies, they were like in rooms, and he like put his hand under the crack of the door and then like unlock it or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
like yeah, because the things they were doing in that movie was more grounded,
Yeah.
whereas this was very out of the world. And so, yeah, you didn't get to see that stuff. But even just in terms of grabbing his kid, he should have been able to stretch all the way from like to that building before
Yeah.
Galactus was there.
I know. He should have been
You know,
faster. Galactus just walked there.
like he should have been able to stretch that far to grab his
Yeah.
kid.
When
And
Galactus,
it's just so weird. Like you barely saw his powers.
I know he didn't make a parachute once. He didn't like make change his face at all. He
Yeah.
didn't make like a big hammer. I've seen him do that. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
make a big key. He does keys sometimes. And when Galactus was stretching him, he was like hurting. Like if it was me, well, if it was like Reed Richards that I'm familiar with, um, then he would have just stretched him and then stretched him and stretched him, and then slipped out of his hands like a fish, like
Yeah.
a like a slinky or something.
Like I feel
Like
like he was the most helpless character in this whole thing.
yeah, it was odd. I mean, I did like his personality, how he was a little more mild mannered than some of the other Reed Richards. Like he's not Iron Man, so he's not gonna always make jokes, but at the same time, he shouldn't be helpless.
Yeah, I felt like he was helpless.
Yeah,
And he was just like I don't know, he was like his own like worst enemy or something. Like
yeah. But his mind definitely is, and that was interesting.
yeah, but again, like use it for something. Like I feel like you you saw the thing not be so depressed by his powers, and I feel like Reed was most depressed by himself. And it was just
Yeah.
very confusing because usually it's he's using that, of course, to his advantage.
Yeah.
And he can think of all the possible ways that he can do something with his powers, without his powers. Like, what is he doing in this movie? I feel like he was kind of the worst part. Because even though there was parts of him that I did like, that I did relate to, but like he wasn't really that smart in the grand scheme of things because
Yeah.
he was just so like mopey.
Yeah, he kind of was. I I think yeah, I think my least favorite part about this movie is that in general, like the Galactus like wanting the baby in her belly part was so in her uterus was so odd, and I've never seen that in a comic. I don't know if that's a thing. And
Yeah.
how he like accelerated her pregnancy was just so like freaky to me. This is like
Yeah, it was a little
it
freaky.
was
Yeah.
this felt my least favorite part of this about this movie is that it felt like the third Fantastic Four movie in a trilogy, and I
Mhm.
didn't get to see the one where he fights Mole
Yeah.
Man. I didn't get to see the one where he gets Doctor Doom, our main antagonist, like Carsio Reed Richards, like I didn't even get to see like this feels like the third one,
Yeah, I
and
did.
I'm a little disappointed that we're still doing these kind of movies where it's like throw everything in because we don't know if we're gonna get the budget or the chance to make another one. Like we're still doing that. This is Marvel. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it like I felt from this movie that if you have not seen any of the other Fantastic Four movies, if you have not read any of the comic books, then you don't know anything. And like I feel like you need those other movies to basically fill in the blanks of what this movie is not providing you.
Yeah,
And for me, it's hard to separate it because I already know these characters. I've known these characters for
yeah.
my whole life.
It's harder to
And
judge for you.
so it's like if I'm just trying to be like erase my past memory and just look at this movie does not tell you much. Like, and other people might disagree with that, but I mean, come on.
No, I agree with you, and I also don't really know if I like the Fantastic Four in this movie. Like they're not as funny. They're not as like maybe call it teen drama, like high school drama, but it's not as much like conflict to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what Ben's gonna say when Johnny says that, or I can't believe what Sue's gonna say when Reed says that, or that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, they feel like a family, and it's like, well, I don't want you and me to be talking like that. But in a movie, it's kind of okay for them to be like a little childish. I also don't like feel like they use their powers creatively, use their powers enough. I also don't feel like I feel like they're underpowered and under
Yeah,
creative.
they definitely are.
Like I would imagine Johnny as like, oh no, I'm gonna overheat and go Nova. Like that kind of stuff is always exciting. It's like what happens if he does that? Like that's he doesn't know the limits of his own power. And I feel like he got that with Sue for sure. The limits of her power is that she dies and she uses it too much. But Ben is in some stories has been going toe to toe with the Hulk, and I don't see that in this movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fantastic feels less stretchy than Luffy. Luffy's just supposed to be rubber that you stretch, but Mr. Fantastic is like I don't know what the science behind it is, but his maybe his
I
atoms
don't
like
they call
stretch.
him like rubber.
He felt less flexible than Luffy did, which is I never thought of that Mr. Fantastic as being that. I thought he's more
Yeah,
flexible.
usually he's just so much more creative, and you just
Yeah,
don't see that in this movie at all. Like, literally, never a point where you
yeah,
see him being creative with his powers
yeah.
ever.
Now, do I love that this movie is like you know a little bit more mature, a little bit more. Yeah, if I was in a family and this happened to me and this happened, like, yeah, I probably would react like that.
Yeah,
But are they larger than life? No, no.
and yeah, I think everybody was underpowered besides Sue, but even
Mhm.
then, I mean, they could have made it so that she didn't die. You know what I
I would
mean?
have preferred that she didn't die because Franklin going up to his mother and and saving her. I was like, you get the CGI baby. The CGI baby's gonna be baby
The
Jesus
baby's not
coming in here.
CGI.
I don't know, Patty. It looks pretty CGI to
The
me.
baby is real. They had that baby
I
there.
think that scene, like making him smile, I was like, it's a
Well,
little too convenient.
I don't know. I heard in an interview they said, "Oh, how'd you get the baby to clap?" And they said, "Oh, he just did it himself."
When the animation is connected to the rig, then yeah, the model 3D model
I'm
will
pretty
clap.
sure that baby is completely
I think
real.
there's a lot of scenes where it's not though.
Maybe like when it's being picked up, but I don't think any scenes where the baby's just there. I don't think so. And maybe when it's born, I don't know.
I think I think if we're gonna talk about CG, I think Superman looked better. I don't think this movie looks bad, but I think Superman looks better.
I mean, this one felt more normal in
Yeah,
terms
typical
of like
Marvel. Yeah,
camera movements and
yeah.
stuff.
You were talking about a lot about that first movie.
Um, but yeah, I think everybody didn't really use their powers that creatively. Like even the Human Torch, even Sue. Like yeah, she was super powerful, and she did use it somewhat creatively, like putting the spaceship like invisible and like
Yeah,
other ways. But I feel like she's done different things in other movies and like a little bit more creative. This was more like kind of baseline powers, I think,
yeah.
but just like on a grander scale.
You also really didn't get. I mean, you got one time, maybe. I don't even remember very well if it was even this. But I feel like you didn't get the scenes of Sue just being like, "Oh, I just want to disappear," and then she does, and it's like that matches her so well.
Yeah, I think
Shouldn't do that,
that's why
right?
in the other movies it's a little bit more, maybe you would say, sexist because it's like using her emotions, like her emotions affected her powers,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that
and
because Johnny's a
it's
hothead.
like
Thing as like anger, and he wants to break things with his anger.
well, I think everybody was a little bit more tamed in this,
Yeah.
but yeah, where it's like she's getting emotional and then she just becomes invisible.
Mm.
But I mean, in this, when she was giving birth, she became invisible. So,
Yeah, you had that. Yeah, that was cool.
which yeah, I think that was cool.
And when she went invisible to show the baby, it was really cool.
Yeah, that was pretty
That was
creative.
very cool. Yeah.
But, I mean, she's the most creative one in this movie, I will say.
Yeah. What did you think about the whole different universe and how like they're the only heroes in that universe?
Yeah,
What did you think about that and how they just as something goes wrong in the world, Fantastic Four.
I mean, it was cool.
Yeah. It is it's pretty unique. I feel like the Marvel universe is like closer to a real world and people just have the heroes just happen to be living in it. But this one felt like, oh, the mole man is attacking New York City. Call the Fantastic Four. Like we're
Yeah, it was definitely
it's
like
all about
more,
them.
um, again, comic booky
It was, yeah, exactly.
and more like old school
I liked
vibes.
it.
Where I mean, like that would be in the comic book. Oh, something's happening. Call the person that knows what to
Yeah,
do.
don't call the police. Don't call the National Guard. Don't call them army, and they're going to send a nuke to destroy New York City, like in the Avengers. Like it was very fun comic book. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, yeah, I like that part of the movie.
What did you think about Mole Man um, as a character in this movie?
I didn't know he existed before this movie, so
Yeah, um,
except that it's giving,
the guy from The Incredibles.
yeah,
Yeah,
The Incredibles. That's what it's giving. It's
I
like that's my only backstory to this character is that character. That's what it seems like.
exactly.
Which like the whole point of apparently The Incredibles is just to mimic
I think
Fantastic
so.
Four
Yeah,
because you have Mr. Fantastic is strong like the Thing.
yeah.
You have um
Johnny is pretty close to Dash.
and then also wait, what?
Dash is fast and Johnny is hot. But
Yeah, I saw people were saying that like he's fast in a different way kind of thing.
yeah,
And then obviously you have
Violet has Invisible Woman's powers.
yeah, and then you have
Elastigirl had or Mrs.
yeah.
Incredible. Yeah,
And then their
Stretchy.
baby
Yeah,
is supposed to be
just
like
like Franklin,
Franklin.
multitude of powers.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I didn't really. realize that, I guess,
When
before the
did you
movie.
realize?
I mean, I don't know. I think I didn't really connect it that much.
It's like shuffled around Fantastic Four, like
Yeah.
reshuffled. Yeah, no, it's fun.
Um, but
Incredibles is a very different movie, a very good movie as well. I love that movie.
and yeah, so you have the Mole Man. Um,
I guess Syndrome could be like Doctor Doom because it's all tech and magic for
yeah.
Doctor Doom, no powers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
With Mole Man, I liked that he was, kind of a minor villain. They like had some scuffles. But when, it came down to it, he was like, all right, I'll help. Yeah, what do we need to do?
yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
That was a fun thing where he's just like, I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a polite way, but he is just, just just dicking around with Reed Richards and just like messing with them and being aggressive with them. But when they left the room and it was just Sue, like, he either he likes her, has a
Yeah.
soft spot for her, or he respects her. And
Yeah, that's why I kind of felt like Sue was like the
mhm,
one in charge of everything
yeah,
because like everybody
definitely.
hates Raid.
I don't know
But
why he
they
doesn't really
love
do
her.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get hating Reed, but that's because in other stories he's a lot more. Oh yeah, we got to press that button, like send the Hulk into space. Like, yeah, we got to do that, or be in the Illuminati and we're gonna mind wipe Captain America because he knows too much. Like, Reed Richards is the guy to be
Yeah.
like, it's maybe it's not the prettiest option, but
Yeah, he's
it's
not
we
like the
gotta do.
best superhero. Like he's
Yeah,
actually maybe a villain.
and then he's literally a villain in the Ultimate Universe. He's the maker. Um,
But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I think I just wish we knew the character better. Mole,
yeah,
like he just kind of was our mole man or whatever.
yeah.
Just
I love
came
the
out.
actor though, Stingray.
Yeah, I like
So
what
good.
he was in that movie.
We're big fans of Cobra Kai, so it's
um
awesome.
Also talking about Doctor Doom, how when they showed all the countries like being there and
Yeah,
how um his
Latveria.
yeah, his country was like the only spokesperson or president or whatever
Yeah,
wasn't there.
they didn't send an ambassador from Latveria.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that I didn't even pick up on that the first time. And you told me about it.
Yeah. um it's kind of just showing that that's already a thing, that he already hates them. um
Good point.
yeah, like I don't know if there's backstory there or why he hates them, but he hates them.
Yeah, that's something I wish I saw. And you do see Doom technically at the end, but that's post credits. So I don't know.
Yeah, so it's a little bit confusing because you have the post credit scene from Thunderbolts where their spaceship is crashing, and that I expected to see that in this movie
I
and we
know.
did not. And some people were trying to say, "Oh, that was just when they were trying to flee Galactus." And that's just from then. And then other people were like, well, no, that's just probably an exact scene um
Big
from like
Doomsday.
Secret Wars or Doomsday or
Okay, yeah,
whatever.
probably.
And I'm like, okay, but I think we should have seen that.
Well,
I expected the movie to either end with that
yeah,
or to be a post credit scene or
right.
something.
The director of Fantastic Four said that he didn't watch it.
Like, do they not talk to each other?
I guess not.
That was his response to that?
Hey, he said, I didn't watch it. I didn't know that I was supposed to connect it. It's actually what he said.
That doesn't even make any sense. That's basically what is bringing them into the main universe. What do you mean you don't know that happened? Do they really just not talk to each other?
I think that Kevin Feige didn't tell him because he's planning on doing it in Doomsday. So
It's so weird because there's also like things that like James Gunn has said about Marvel and how like things were not like connected or something. Like apparently he had said to the Russo brothers to not mess up his story, like with killing Gamora.
oh my
And
gosh.
they were like, and went and did whatever they wanted anyways.
Yeah.
Like you would think this
I
is all
know.
connected. Isn't that
I
the whole point of
know.
Marvel? Is that everything is so connected, so thought out in advance. Like that was what has always been said about Marvel, and then suddenly now they just don't communicate to each other.
No,
How does that make sense?
connected but not communicated. And I mean, look at all the post credit scenes we've been getting for the past 5-6 years. Like a lot of them don't have any connection.
Yeah, that's
Like
kind of
it's
crazy.
going somewhere, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Remember when Hulk and Captain Marvel were talking to Shang-Chi? Who knows what happened to that scene?
Yeah, we haven't seen Shang-Chi in a very long time.
I know, I miss him.
Well, did we get all our points out? Did you get to say everything you liked, everything you disliked?
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like 8.5. There's a lot of really cool things in this movie that we really haven't seen in Marvel, haven't seen in Fantastic Four. But when you talk about iconic versions of these characters, I just don't really know if I see it, if I feel that way. Casting, sure.
Yeah, I feel like they're relying on people knowing the characters already.
Yeah, and that was the point of his. That was not going to be this. You know, they were saying you don't need to have any homework, no homework.
Yeah, they kept saying no homework, no homework. You need homework, and it's like different kind of homework. Yeah, maybe you don't need to know the whole MCU,
No.
but you need to know Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I would definitely say watch the movie from 2005. And maybe if you can read Civil War, if you can play whatever game they're in, I don't know, but read the comics, all that stuff. What do you think about? First of all, what do you think about Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards?
I think I didn't like it. I think it was fine when I actually saw it, but I do think he's a bit too old.
Yeah, my problem is that he is just so big at this point. He's just the Mandalorian. He's Joel from The Last of Us. He is the one guy from the one Nicolas Cage movie. He's on the commercials for this Modelo, I think it is. Like he's just already Pedro Pascal. It's like if you put Tom Cruise as Iron Man in the next movie. It's like, yeah, he's too old, and he's Ethan Hunt. Like I'm not. It's not Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know, it's just too big. And again, he doesn't really even look like it.
Yeah. He doesn't really look like him, but it just feels like again like he's too old. Like how is he with Sue Storm?
I think there's a
I
big
think
age
she's like
gap.
20 years younger than him.
That's crazy.
I would assume she's probably
Yeah.
like 30 in real life.
Yeah.
And he's like 50.
She's 38, I think.
Really?
I think so. So 12 years. He's a great actor though, so he did a great job. Of course, he's a great actor, but yeah.
I think he did well as this version of Reed Richards.
Exactly. Yeah.
If it was going to be more of what we wanted, then he wasn't so good.
There wasn't.
They probably casted him because of how he was, because this
Mhm.
is what they wanted him to be like. For what
Vanessa Kirby.
I think she was good.
Mm-hmm. I think she was great.
Sue.
Yeah.
And
Joseph Quinn.
I think that the best part of his casting is that they look like their siblings.
Yeah.
Like they just look like their siblings. But I don't think he's very attractive.
That's a deal breaker for Johnny Storm.
Like I think Johnny Storm should be more attractive.
He should be more hot.
But again, people are like, "Oh, he looks like young Robert Downey Jr." And I'm like,
I don't see it though.
Yeah, but Robert Downey Jr. when he was young was not attractive.
I disagree.
I don't think he was attractive when he was young. He's way more attractive now.
I think that I don't know.
Like
Joseph Quinn's
like young, like when he was in the '80s movies.
Yeah, like teen 20s. I don't think Joseph Quinn's really gonna get there though.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
And then the guy who plays the Thing. I mean, he was probably the best.
I don't know how to say his name, but he was definitely my favorite casting.
Yeah,
he was great.
I think he was the best casting.
He might be the best actor.
Yeah,
he's in so much. He has such a good range. Him and the Bear is incredible. Even though I've only seen a little bit of that show, but yeah, I think he might have been my favorite part of the movie, casting wise.
Yeah, I feel like he was like my favorite character almost.
Yeah,
I just liked his character a lot in this, and probably liked him better than even Invisible Woman, which she's my favorite Like she's one of my favorite superheroes.
Yeah, yeah,
Like she's my favorite from like childhood.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to mention how I've seen that people like I saw this post where they said like who is like the top 10 most powerful like Marvel villains or just
Oh,
like not necessarily villains, just like top 10 most powerful Marvel characters, I guess. And that Franklin was number one.
I buy
I'm
it.
like, I did not know about this, but they're like, he's literally God. He can like destroy and create universes with a thought. And I was like, oh wow, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, he
Like,
might be the second most powerful Marvel character.
okay,
Yeah, there's actually like the number one is the one above all, who is basically Jack Kirby.
mm,
So the artist and co-writer for the first couple Marvel comics and heroes.
yeah.
So he's often just said to be the number one, the god.
Well, of course he's the God. He's the one making
Exactly.
it.
There's actually a comic where
It's kind of funny.
yeah I know there's actually a comic where um the Fantastic Four like Ben dies and goes to heaven, and the Fantastic Four go to heaven to try to get him back, and he's like, "Sorry guys, I'm here." Like maybe he's like, "I want to be here," or he's like, "I am here. There's nothing you can do about it." And so they beseech the one above all and say, "We got to bring him back to Earth." And then he's like, "I'll bring you back, but you got to be the Thing. I mean, that's what people want to see is the Thing." So it's like funny little story there.
So I guess we're done talking about the actual movie. And I
Yeah.
kind of just want to go into talking about all the things being said about Pedro Pascal.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so if you
Yeah.
don't know, he plays Mr. Fantastic. And everyone is talking about, or okay, so there's all these clips of him in interviews, and he is very like handsy with the female
He
co-stars,
is. Yeah.
and um and he said it's because of his anxiety.
Yeah.
And so people were like obviously making jokes like, oh, Pedro Pascal when he has anxiety, and it's like some crazy things.
Yeah.
But then also like just the actual clips of
Yeah.
him, what he does. And so I have a few different TikToks to look at
Oh
with
my
you.
gosh. You want to show me some TikToks, Patty?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Okay, so I got these clips for you, and obviously you haven't seen it yet.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
These are gorgeous. I think that's my favorite image so far.
Just our hands.
Yeah. As long
That
as
was
you
our
don't have
very
to
first
see,
day
as
as
long as
well.
you don't have to see my face. Terrible confession to make in front of Gordon.
It's because some of the best, some of the best men in the world, so they don't count.
Oh my gosh. It's like all over each other like you and me. That's crazy.
Like they seem like they're in a real relationship.
I
Like,
know.
She's married and
I know.
he's not.
Yeah.
He like talks about how he's like probably never gonna get married or whatever.
Oh. He just wants to keep doing that with all the co-stars.
Like I saw something of him being like, people think I'm gay, but it's not that or something.
I don't think he's gay. I think he's definitely straight.
No, yeah.
What's he got?
You can't leave me alone that long. That's a little too long, baby. Come on. Very codependent, very codependent.
Like to see she's pregnant
Very
here.
codependent on film.
But that's Fantastic Four happening. It
Ah.
says Fantastic Four in the background.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like any of that, Patty. That is.
He's like holding her belly
Yeah.
the whole time. He calls her babe, which like people call each other babe. But like it's a little weird.
That is very weird.
And like, is that anxiety?
I don't think so.
No, I actually get emotional thinking about
Yeah.
it because that is something that I had almost,
What is he doing?
now I am actually welling up. I had accepted that you're not always going to find your best friends on things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you might find it when you do theatre when you were younger.
What is he looking
and
at?
We definitely had that.
I
And
don't know. It
I've
seems like he's
loved
like
everyone I
smelling
work
her.
with. But this
Joe
is something
Biden?
else. This is
Oh
a
my
lifelong,
gosh.
very
He-
deep.
is-
I
where's
think
his
Ladies
hands?
Magic
Oh, his hands all the way
makes
on
it
her.
really Matt Chapman's casting that he's put us together.
I thought you
Because
said matcha.
matcha. My favourite thing in the world is matcha, and they're always on it because I spill it all
Oh
over.
my
them all the time.
gosh.
So for me, the
That's
surreal moment is
basically it.
going
Oh, it's so
But
weird.
like, okay, he has his hands all over her, And like there are plenty of clips where she's obviously grabbing his hand and like,
Sure.
being close to him.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just weird Hollywood stuff.
You
But I don't know if that's anxiety, especially that last clip. The last clip of him just being like, like I have anxiety. I have like probably one of the worst anxieties ever. Like I'm so anxious with so many different things.
Yeah.
And I would have way more anxiety of being like that in front of an interviewer, being recorded, me acting like that. I would be like, I'm not gonna act like that, even if that's my instinct.
Yeah.
Like I would have so much anxiety if I was acting that way. But he says he has anxiety, and somehow this is related to that. I mean, like I get finding that person that gives you, but like that would be you, you know. So I mean, he's not married, so maybe this is how that is working out. And like, if you're close with certain people, like that's fine. But like, it's just weird because she is married.
I know.
And but she's also obviously okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's like a weird thing here where it's like maybe some people are like saying he's, you know, like weird in that way. But like, you can just tell that she's totally fine with it.
I think that she's okay with it from publicity standpoint. Like, oh, this is better for the movie if we act like we're together.
No.
I don't know if she likes it.
She goes and grabs his hand a lot.
Really? Yeah.
So I feel like, at least with them two, I don't know about the other women he's been doing this to previously.
Yeah.
But with them two, it seems like it's agreed.
Yeah.
And again, like I could see myself seeking you out if we were somehow both actors and we were on the red carpet.
Yeah.
And we were not near each other for some reason. But like, we probably would because we were a couple.
We're married.
You know?
It's the difference,
so like that's the difference. But I would probably do that. I would be like, I need your hand. Like I'm having anxiety. Like this is too much for me.
Yeah.
And you would be that person.
It's just not like not buying it. You're saying you're not buying it.
It just feels like they are a couple, and it's like hard to remember that they aren't.
I know.
But I will say, I think he has anxiety. I'm not sure how this has to do with it. I mean, like everybody acts differently, you know.
Yeah.
But everybody has different forms of anxiety. But he said in an interview, like how like a fear, or like I think it was just like a great dislike in people that he has is like inconsistency. And I was like, okay, yep, he has anxiety, because
that's the thing.
That's the same thing with me, where it's like I have anxiety, and because of it, I hate inconsistent people.
Yeah.
And inconsistency in general. So like I hate it when it's like I work with someone and one day they're all buddy with me and happy, and then the next day they're in such a bad mood. But like there's no communication of why. And it's also like, why are you treating me like this? Like I've come in plenty of bad moods, and I've never treated anybody like how you're treating me.
You would never know if I had a bad day.
Yeah. And so it's like I hate inconsistent people. I hate inconsistency. So I was like, okay, he definitely has anxiety. I just am confused how this works with that. But
I know.
I mean, again, people act differently with different things.
There's there's anxiety, and then there's appropriate behavior in public, and that's
I mean, like for me, my anxiety would be like I wouldn't want to be inappropriate. But I don't know. Different world, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
So anything else?
I want to briefly quiz you on a couple of Fantastic Four related things. Okay, you ready? First question. Who is this character?
I know that this character is from the first comic book.
There you go. And
the first Fantastic Four comic book.
He's in Marvel Snap too.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his name is though.
What?
No.
He's the only let the left location, that one.
Oh.
That guy.
What is it? Giganto?
Yeah, good job.
It is?
Yeah, Giganto.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Which of these Marvel characters possesses the combined abilities of all the Fantastic Four? Is it A, Norrin Rad? Is it B, Lilandra Naramani? Is it C, Super Skrull? Or is it D, Cersei?
I'm just gonna go D, Cersei.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, because I have no idea.
A, Norrin Rad is the name of the Silver Surfer. like the
Oh.
guy who loses his.
But he's not that. He doesn't have all
Nope.
the power.
Nope. B. Melandra Nermani is the like lover of Professor Xavier. She's a princess from an alien race.
Okay.
She's the Shi'ar princess. D. Cersei is the girl from Eternals
Oh,
who
wait, no,
touches
it's Super
the
Skrull.
Super Skrull. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
'cause he can
Skrull
do
who
anything.
absorbed all their power. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Right.
He has all their powers, all four of them.
Oh, yeah.
What is his name of this cute little
Oh,
robot?
I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? They say his name a lot in the movie.
Guys, I don't remember names.
You don't-
know I don't remember names.
Okay, so this character,
You have all name things. It's like, I don't remember names.
you got to get good, Patty. This also shares the name of a character as like a car in like a kids movie, unrelated to Marvel.
A car in a kid's movie.
He's blank fully loaded is the name of the car. Like that's the name of the movie, blank.
I have no idea.
Oh,
I have no idea what his name is. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say Wally. It's close. Herbie.
Oh, Herbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is this character?
Isn't it just the mole?
The mole?
Is that his name?
The mole?
Yeah.
When you were talking about the Incredibles earlier, I purposely didn't say his name. I was just like, "Oh, you mean the guy from the Incredibles?" Because this is him. You're gonna guess his name now. What's his name?
What's his name?
It's a funny play on words.
It's not Mole Man.
No,
I don't remember.
it's the name is like somebody who does something that is like a negative thing you can do to people. It's like a psychological thing.
Whoa, psychological.
Yeah. Any guesses?
No. I don't know.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the Underminer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What street did Ben Grimm grow up on? Is it A, Yancey Street, B, Bleecker Street, C, 42nd Street, or D, Clobber Street?
I think it's 42nd Street.
Okay. A, Yancey Street is the street that Ben Grimm grew up on.
Oh.
B, Bleecker Street is the street that Doctor Strange lives on.
Oh, okay.
C, 42nd Street. I don't remember if I made that up or not. And D, Clobber Street is.
Yeah, this is
yeah.
funny.
Patty, is your last question. What is the name of this vehicle? Come on.
Fantastic Four car.
Close.
Is it Fantastic Four something?
Not. Yes and no.
Or like Fantastic Car?
You
Yeah?
did it. Fantastic car.
Fantastic Car. Yeah.
Good job, Patty. You did pretty well.
Well, I did okay.
You did
but
okay.
You know I'm bad at names.
You did good for being bad at names.
Okay. Thanks.
Good job.
All right. Well, I think we've been recording forever. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. Comment down below what you think of Fantastic Four. And also this podcast is on Spotify. So please go check it out if you like listening to podcasts on Spotify instead of YouTube.
Yeah.
And
With video too.
yeah. And so you can do everything on Spotify.
Spotify's pretty awesome.
And yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can say bye.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.